Was Hillary Clinton trying to conceal her emails from the public by using a private account during her time as Secretary of State? Well, longtime Clinton supporter Lanny Davis came to her defense on the Kelly File last night.
She sent thousands of emails to thousands of people using these email addresses. Everybody got them on the records of the State Department. Do you think that is concealment?
Suggest to the world that she doesn't? How does that telegraph to the world that that's everything she has?
Megan, thousands of people getting an email address is not concealment. That's my statement to you.
If thousands of people got Clinton's emails, were any of them in the White House? Here's the president's senior advisor, Fillary Jarrett.
I'd have to imagine that while Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State, you received emails from her. The president might have even...
I actually did not.
You did not?
I actually did not. No, I have not received an email from Secretary Clinton.
Did members of the administration receive emails from Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State?
That I don't know. I do know that obviously the president has a very firm policy that emails should be kept on government systems. He believes in transparency.
Okay, so she's trying to take the issue head on, Dana, by saying that, look, she personally did not receive any emails from Hillary
I don't think that's
Clinton.
taking it head on. That's taking it like that. I got nothing to do with this. Like, don't look at me. And I don't know about anybody else in the White House. I know what the president's policy was. I follow the president's policy. I think this is a very interesting development in the rift between the Obama and the Clinton camp. Now, you saw today them trying to say, no, they have no problems. That is not true. And if I were the White House, I'd be pretty furious this week that the entire week the media, instead of focusing on things that President Obama wants to do, is focusing on a total mess up, possibly an illegal one, by the former Secretary of State and their former opponent, Hillary Clinton. I think that the other thing that the White House is looking at is that regional editorials, like, so forget the national media and blogs, all across the country in newspapers, there were actually editorials today saying, what was Hillary Clinton thinking? This was wrong. And that type of thing starts to bubble up. I am concerned about another piece of this, though. When Lanny Davis has this line that, well, thousands of people were getting these emails. First of all, the Presidential Records Act says you are doing government business, you have to have a .gov web email address. Sending out a tweet saying, I want the State Department to do that is not good enough to explain why on Chappaqua they have their own little, like, homemade, rigged-up system to protect her from anyone else. But the other thing they got to keep in mind is that if that is true, that thousands of people were getting these emails that all work in the government, no one raised a red flag to her. Can nobody stand up to her and say, this is wrong, or Mrs. Clinton, we really think that you need to have this address? Like, no one in the civil service who cares about the State Department thought to actually say she is doing something wrong?
Well, wait a second. A lot of people have private email accounts. I bet all of us at this table have a private email account.
Right, you can have, of course,
so
no, I didn't say you can't have a private email account.
So, I mean, if you got an email from, first of all, you'd be honored, but secondly, you'd say, oh, this is coming from a private account. You wouldn't necessarily think, unless it was
if you were doing official government business and you get an email from the Secretary of State from Hotmail.
You can have government business. The question is classified.
No, it's not. Classified. No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because if it's just government business.
It's not true.
Hang on, Dana. If it's just a matter of government information and transaction,
not true.
All that the standard requires is that it be able to be retrieved and it be given to the government at the end of that time. And that's why she may not be guilty of any breaking any law.
You would be thrown out of court so fast with that argument.
Your objection is a good thing you're not her lawyer.
I'm thrown out of the starship here.
I mean, yourself and Lanny Davis, you know, you're trying to do the job. Yeah, good try. It's interesting because they've, like, marched out their surrogates to do their bidding. But, yeah, maybe everyone was just too afraid of, like, the Dr. Evil fiefdom over there, you know, at their house with the server.
She's a big
you know what I mean?
But I'm saying the fact is that I think that because Republicans now have been hammering at this story so hard, you are starting to see Democrats deny the obvious.
I didn't know the ACLU is Republican.
Right.
What?
The problem
is the ACLU is Republican.
No, but I'm
the problem is she broke the law.
No, it's not. She did something that was wrong. I don't think that she broke the law necessarily, but you're starting to hear people like Bob Shrum. You know, Bob Shrum, big Democratic operative, say, you know what, this is a matter of a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. He didn't even mention Greg. He didn't say Greg Gutfeld. But, you know, he's starting to talk about conspiracy theory. You know, Elijah Cummings, no other Secretary of State has ever been called on to release all of their private emails. Hillary has done this. This is what you're starting to hear now.
You're not getting it,
Look,
Juan.
The Democrats are getting their Fillary of Hillary. They're steering clear of her like she's got Ebola and Nickelback tickets. And
I take the Nickelback.
She's sinking faster than her husband's boxers on Jeffrey Epstein's jet.
Ooh.
There you go. She created basically the communications equivalent of like a secret back room behind a bookcase that you used to see in horror movies, you know, where you pull the candlestick and the thing opens. But instead, all she does is she taps on, she probably uses the drafts. Which, if you have your own email account, you never send an email. You just write everything in drafts so people can read it. I think she's now in trouble. I really don't see. I think that right now the Democrats are probably looking for other options, but the Republicans have to start thinking about their options as well. Do they have somebody?
They should just keep quiet. Let this play out. They don't have to do it. They have to focus on themselves.
The Obama administration usually destroys the emails. I guess Hillary never got the memo. She just kept them in her basement. But this is how the Obama White House operates. This is
so
the
silent
first time
of the lambs,
Sebelius had the private email. Lisa Jackson from the EPA had the private email. And then for Lanny to come out there and say, oh, this is no big deal, Hillary prohibited her own State Department staff people from having private emails. So, I don't understand what's going on here. If she has classified information on a personal email,
that's a problem.
That's a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
If she conceals or destroys that classified information,
that's a crime.
That's a felony. But even worse, if she gets hacked by the Chinese, that's incredibly dangerous. It's like she cares as much about email security as she cares about embassy security.
I got the point, but I heard a funny line today.
Nice, Jesse. Good prep today.
The funny line I heard today when someone said this was, have you heard about Edward Snowden, if our government's server is so secure? Answer, yeah, and guess what? It wasn't all that secure.
So that's why she was doing it. She was protecting against hackers. Is that right?
No, I'm just saying, don't make it out that it's any less secure.
That's about as good as Lanny wants.
Greg, last word, go.
I just want to bring up, there is another scandal here that nobody is talking about, and that is that she, the women that work for her got paid 63 cents on the dollar, which is also, get this, against the law. She has to answer to that. And if she answers to that by saying there are other variables at play, like lifestyle choices or different job qualifications, then she has to allow that explanation for all other businesses across the world or the country. So when she starts spewing gender inequality stuff, she's going to have to face that music, and there's no way out of it. She's done.
Hillary's sexist, obviously.
Yeah, she's sexist.
She pays women less.
They're going to see this plays out, and you hear like Biden in the distance, like, put me in.
Yeah,
mode.
he's like, I don't have emails. I don't even know how to text.
Exactly.
He's a hair plug away.
I must say, you guys are so scared of Hillary.
I just want to see Bill Clinton.
We just like Biden.
I want to see Bill Clinton's emails. That's what I really want to see.
But that's for a different reason. That's a whole different box of candles.
All right, boys.
I don't think they're a box of candles.
Coming up.
Cigars, maybe.
Oh, Gregor.